inside the 5 there at the end.
Yep. It's something you talk about all the time. Yeah, you want to score. It's something you talk about all the time, and it's all about time. And what you do is you work really hard to build your system from a philosophy standpoint, where you can, keep all the time that you can, and put in those situations where kids can get lined up and you can get a play in and get it executed as quick as possible, and not waste any time off the clock. Thought moving down the field, you knew you were going to have some chunk plays in there. You weren't going to just be able to, with time and no timeouts, to kind of 5-yard, 6-yard, 7-yard all the way down the field. You were going to have a chunk play, and we were able to hit one. And then you wanted to get into a quick enough play to where, to kind of agitate the corner of DB and get a PI or get a touchdown. And we were able to get a PI and get the ball down to the 2-yard line. So we put ourselves in the best situation we could, being the circumstance, and just got to go finish it. Got to execute and finish it and come away with the ball and come away with a touchdown.
How did you evaluate just Jarrett in his first start? What did you like? What does he got to get better at?
You know what? He gave us a little bit of a spark, a little bit of the energy that we needed. I like to refer to those quarterbacks that can do that, the hidden yardage. Go get first downs with their feet. He was able to do that. That changes the play calling. That changes the way that you can fall into a rhythm. As far as being a play caller, and he was able to do those things. Were there some freshman mistakes and things like that along the way? Yes. Are they fixable? Absolutely. Are there things that you kind of expect from a young kid like that getting his first start like that? Sure. So nothing happened that you go, Jared, it's kind of the things where you got to take the good with the bad that comes with that a little bit here and clean that up, and he'll continually get better through the rest of the year.
What's the very next step for him? Seems like this is probably the greatest challenge any college football player could have going to Tuscaloosa right now. But the very next step for him, what do you need to see from him?
Just more command, more understanding of situational type things, and being able to quickly grasp what the situation is and make good decisions in those situations. Being that he's a caretaker of the ball. And make sure he's doing those things, and that's just maturity and development and getting out and playing and having those situations be live bullets, and where the most learning is going to go through. And he'll be fine, I think, as long as he continues to ask questions and be involved and wants to be accountable and knows when he's made mistakes and learn from them and keep moving forward.
Larry, is there a common theme to the way teams are defending you down there inside the 10?
No common theme. Teams do what they do, and a lot of people do things differently based on their scheme. So no, not any similarities per se. I mean, it's only so many defenses in the country you can play at any level of football. So it's either man or zone oriented.
Is everything okay with Carlin Filsamy and Bird? Didn't see either one of those guys touch the ball.
Well, Carlin was a little nicked up, a little banged up here towards the end of the week, and Bird's progressing and doing some of the things we need him to do. As a whole, to put himself in better situations to play and have more of a role.
Will we see more of Ty Chandler, and what does Jakob Johnson returning mean for your offense?
It's big to have healthy bodies being added back and quality depth being added back to the offense. So you'll see Jakob even rolling back into there. Getting more comfortable, get through this week of practice, see how he feels, and get him going in the games. Yeah.
Is this the deepest defense you've ever gone against?
Besides Georgia, probably the deepest. Their system. We know it's Alabama.
Is it similar? Is it similar to Georgia because Kirby with the resume from Alabama?
Yeah, it was a lot of similarities. Some different players in different positions, but a lot of similarities structurally.
Coach, what do you need what's going on at receiver? How can those guys get better, make some big plays? Is it just as simple as beating press coverage? Is it playing with a young quarterback?
It really comes down to just as simple as finishing plays. Have an opportunity to finish the play. The ball's there, the play's there, finish it. And at the end of the day, there's not a whole lot you can do at that point but finish. And so, you can talk about it and emphasize it and point it out and help them understand how important it is to finish and, putting those plays, in practice situations at the top of the route and finishing the catch and those type of things. But it's basically what it comes down to.
What was your evaluation of the red zone situations? Was there kind of a common theme throughout that?
Well, we got to score touchdowns. You can't do things to shoot yourself in the foot. Can't take false start penalties, and do things like that. It's already hard enough in that area with the field shrinks and those type of things to score touchdowns. And so you got to do everything within your, things you control. You got to do well, and we can't do things that, hurt us.
Kind of hand in hand with that, Coach Jones didn't exactly slam the door on maybe reshuffling the offensive line again this week when you're still doing that 7 games into the season. Just how challenging is that for you on offense?
That's always a challenge, when you're shuffling up front. But that is what it is, and that's where we are. And you coach them all the same. They work hard. They want to do well, and we're just going to keep, doing what we have to do each and every week to put us in the best possible situation to have success.
Coach Jones kept emphasizing the need for big plays. Why do you think that they're not happening, and what are you guys doing to fix that?
Big plays come down to just, individual players, making plays, having the structure where it's put into place where, those guys can do that and putting them in the right positions that their skill set allows them to do. And then at the end of the day, players have to go do that. They have to go make plays.
Was there any thought, and I guess I'm asking this just curiosity, as far as getting John Kelly involved? I know that there were no timeouts, but what's the thought about trying to get that guy touched in the final?
It's just that. Of course, everything crosses your mind in those situations, but you're looking at that clock, and you don't have any timeouts, and you owe it to your team and you owe it to everybody to have as many shots as you can to win the game. And doing something like possibly putting the ball on the ground and running it, 5, 4, 3, 2, ball game, one play. So it's all about just trying to give the kids and give all of us a chance to, as many times as we can, as many cracks as we can at it, because it comes down to actual, seconds. And how can we get lined up fast enough, and how can we get as many plays as we can off in that situation? So that's kind of what the end result was.
How much progress? Thank you. How much progress from the first start? And I know Jarrett had played some, but from the first start to the second start, do you expect a good-sized jump? Does it change what you're willing to call for him? Because I know there's a lot of trust putting the ball downfield with a young quarterback.
Yeah, I think his progress has been what you would expect, but nothing replaces playing. Nothing you can do explain the experience of going out and starting the game from start to finish, playing the situations, playing it real live, playing the third downs, doing all of those things. Nothing replaces that. So, of course, with just him and his confidence in playing and making good decisions, I expect to see another big jump, and expect to see big jumps out of him each and every week to where it all catches up to his natural skill set.
To this point, his only snap on the road was the one down at the goal line at Florida. What are you guys talking about this week? Because he's making his first road start.
Yeah, I think the more we talk, team is what's important. He needs to understand that he's not going down there to play Alabama by himself. Rely on your teammates, rely on the rest of us, rely on your coaches. We're all in this together. We're going to have his back, and he's going to do the things that we need him to do in the system for all of us to have success. So you really don't try to keep it so now it's not individual. Jared, you got to go play. Jared, you got to know the Tennessee and the Tennessee offense and this whole football team's got to go play. So.
Thanks, guys.